think the first thing I need to do is say a big thank you to our grounds crew, Zach and the gang. They did a great job, and this all started yesterday at pretty much about 8 o'clock in the morning. They started clearing the fields. That snow was coming down. They just kept working it, and they stayed till probably 6 o'clock last night. Gave us an opportunity today. The game almost didn't happen. They were out working hard, and then we joined in with them, a bunch of our pitchers, a few coaches and managers, and it was kind of it was a good effort, just a good effort, and the field played great, and just glad we got a chance to get it in and get Hagen Smith a chance to get a start and stay on track, and then obviously put together a couple pretty good innings. There was a few things I was disappointed in, but for the most part, we played solid baseball in some really cold temperatures.
Your thoughts on the 4 home runs today, and in particular, Lanzilli and Wallace getting theirs with so many runners on base?
Yeah, anytime you can, solo homers aren't going to beat you too many times. Those 3-run homers, and obviously Wallace hit a grand slam. You can score 7 runs on 2 swings. It's tough to overcome that. And you think about the inning that we scored 4, or excuse me, we scored 3. Actually, we did score 4. They had a ground ball. I think Wallace hustled, and first baseman didn't catch the ball. At the time, maybe it didn't seem like that big a deal, but we got 4 outs to play with that inning, and all 4 of those runs ended up being unearned. And Lanzilli got to come up to the plate with with a couple of guys on, and just did a really nice job there. And then obviously Brady hit a ball that floated out of the park and stayed. I was just glad to see him stay on it, go the other way. The big inning there in the 6th, we created that one ourselves with a couple of base hits, and then a sacrifice bunt that turned into a base hit because he just laid down a perfect bunt. He couldn't have rolled it any better, and then it brought Wallace to the plate, bases loaded, no outs, and he took a couple borderline, a couple pitches, and he was having the count 2-0. And he got exactly what he wanted, and he hammered it, and he knew it right when he hit it. So we felt like we had the game in control there, but those were 2 big swings. It was nice to hit some home runs. I mean, you look at Michael Turner, had another great day and drove in some runs, but he's just been such a threat. It's good to see him get one out of the park.
So Hagen got up to 100 pitches. Can you just talk about his day, and if that call had gone against you, would you have left him in 2 runners on and 100 pitches?
So that was going to be his last hitter. If he'd had gone out and fade, he got one more hitter and he was done. That was what we told him. We didn't know if they would change it or not. He hesitated a little bit on covering the base, and then he slowed down a little bit when he got there, and the flip was a little bit behind him. The flip was a little bit soft. He should have been firmer and led him, but those are some things I talked to the team about after the game. You can't give guys extra outs in conference play; they'll hurt you. And but the way he threw the ball was, first couple innings he gets first hitter out, second hitter out, walks third hitter. Same thing the next inning, and it might have happened one other inning. I know that Vermillion did the same thing when he came in, and with your starter getting 2 quick outs, I say quick, I think there were strikeouts. And then I don't know what went on there, because we've seen this before. And it's a difference between going maybe 8 innings, instead you only get 6, or 5 and 7. And it's, those are some things that, they got to be fixed. And, but I thought he threw the ball really well. His breaking ball was actually a little better the last couple innings. He used it more. But the fastball was lively, especially early.
Do you have an update on Bullpen?
Yeah, he hurt his shoulder running into the wall in pregame, which makes no sense at all. But that's what happened. And going to rehab him. It might take 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't plan on having him for a while.
Coach, you had 5 walks compared to 5 strikeouts at the plate today, and I think there were 8 or 10 in the last game. Do you think that your patience at the plate has contributed to the offensive success?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've talked about it a lot over the last week, 2 weeks actually, that, you know, if you're going to create some big innings, it's hard to get a bunch of hits in one inning. You've got to get a little help. You got to take some walks or get hit by a pitch. You know, maybe they make a mistake, they make an error, and that's how you put together 4 and 5 run innings, or even a 3-run inning. Otherwise, you know, you just score 1 here, 1 there, unless you hit a home run. But I think we've done a little bit better job at the plate, staying in the zone. It's human nature right now for some of these guys. They're pressing, they want their batting averages and where they want it to be, and they go out of the zone a little bit more than normal. Once they relax and calm down, I think that the plate discipline will continue to get better. And I've been seeing that with a couple of our hitters lately, especially this weekend.
Coach, Chris Lanzilli finally got one over the wall today. It seems like at Wake Forest that was something he did a lot, but he hasn't done it yet until today. I mean, what have you seen from him in practice? You know, his mindset, I'm sure he's been feeling a little bit better recently.
Well, I think he's been swinging the bat since the beginning of the season. He's probably one of the guys in the lineup that's been really consistent. Kind of know what you're going to get every time up there, and he's going to compete and fight you, and he'll take a walk, he'll get hit by a pitch, and he's driven in some runs. But, you know, we don't go up there and ask guys to hit home runs. We just want them to take a good swing at the pitch, and he got one that was elevated and something that, I mean, he knew it right when he hit it. It was out of the park, and he hit it hard. But, you know, he's had, I mean, his next at bat, he hits a line drive to right center field with 2 strikes. It was a great at bat, and our base runner didn't tag up. I mean, that was frustrating for me. There were no outs, you know. Little things like that drive me crazy because those are the things will get you. They'll win you games and they'll lose you games. But back to Chris. He's done a great job.
On Bork, when you started Lanzilli and left today, do you see that being how you move forward for the next couple of weeks? And then,
Yeah, I think Webb will get in the game. Webb's is our top defensive outfielder. He's going to get in the game a little bit. I think you'll see him in the lineup tomorrow and maybe a couple times this week. He's got to get it going.
And then with Jace, for him to get hurt coming off the type of end that he had to last week's series, I'm sure that's got to be kind of.
Yeah, you're just kind of rubbing it in on us now, aren't you? Yeah, exactly right. Exactly the way I feel about it. The guy, he smokes 2 balls at 105 miles an hour, a couple of doubles, you know, and you're thinking, okay, here we go. And then he runs into the wall catching a fly ball. And, you know, I don't know when he's coming back. It's frustrating.
Andrew, this one.
Coach, just the 3 veteran relievers that you had, you know, seemed to do pretty well, do their job. Just what do you think of that day?
Well, the relievers, you know, whenever you build a lead like that, when Vermillion came in, I mean, we were up, 4-1? And, you know, again, he goes out and gets 2 quick outs, looks great, then he walks a guy. Next thing you know, they dump one in there, there's 2 on, and you're thinking, you know, they're one swing away from being right back in the middle of this thing. He got out of it, had a really good second inning. And I thought Elijah came in and did a nice job, and then Evan did as well. I think maybe they both might have given up a walk or a hit, but I guess maybe just a walk with Evan. Elijah actually battled back. He got down 3-1 and came back and got the hitter. So, I mean, they did what you want guys out of the pen to do, especially when you got a good lead. Come in there and make the other team earn it.
All right, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Okay.